Explaining the buttons in virtual contents. First one right here is the Find button. So it's possible to click on it. For example, type Paul, click enter, and it's going to find everything for everybody that will have the word Paul in the company, in the contact name, or in the phone. Okay. Then you can click all usually, or maybe you're gonna click edit, but let's say that you click all to select them all again. Then this is the icon for, or button for, to edit a record, a contact. Okay, so when you are on the phone talking to someone, well, you may get, for obvious reasons, the first name, last name, maybe even the company name wasn't there, or it was incomplete, or the email, or the URL, right? Or the address, for the matter. Maybe more phone numbers. In this particular case, we have just a cell, right? So with this icon, it's possible to dial using the protocol that we'll see in a second. Skype is strongly recommended. Here we'll let you send an email, and this one will go to the URL. Then you can put some notes. You will need to click the plus sign, and then you can save it after all that, right? Also here, you can display a map with this address. Okay, so you can open in a new tab, you can open and display this address. As a matter of fact, I'm going to click on it, and boom, now we have that address. Okay, fine. Then we can save or cancel if it's only to see it. That's the button. Here you can add a new contact. Then here you can dial by clicking this one, and look what it says. It says shift control to dial the mobile. So when he has the mobile is not shown directly. I mean, you can hover and see like this. You see the cell is hidden because this is the phone number one. We have two phones and a mobile or cellular, and then the fax. So essentially, you can dial with when you have a dot. When you have a dot, you can dial by clicking Shift Control. You can dial directly if it has. So it may have a number here and also a dot if it has two numbers, or it may have only like this, a dot, because it has only the mobile. In that case, we see here this is Eastern time zone, and then you can dial. In this case, clicking wouldn't do anything, but if you click with Shift Control, it will dial with the mobile, right? Then here is the email. This will send an email. If it has a dot, that means that this record has an email. If it doesn't, then it doesn't have an email. So, then the tasks, you can click here to see a task or even create a task. Okay, so if it has a dot, it has a task. That means that maybe the manager, maybe the person that created this list for you, put some tasks. So you can see those tasks, and you can see it even by hovering your mouse. Then you have notes, so you can add notes to this record. These notes potentially is going to go eventually, I would say. Eventually, these notes and other changes like tasks and additions and modifications that you do to the record are gonna be in the main database. But here we have four default, so to speak, or shortcuts better. So number one, you can see in the tooltip, did not answer, no voice message. So that means that you couldn't leave a voice message. Number two, it says voice message left. Obviously, they didn't answer, but still you were able to leave a voice message. And this one says not interested. It's number three. And number four, this one says email sent. Okay. Additionally, you can click the notes here and type whatever you want. All right. Then we have these buttons here at the top. This one is to change the protocol, the dialing protocol, but we strongly recommend that you use Skype. It works pretty nice and is extremely cheap, and so we really recommend that you buy a license from Skype that allows you to dial. Here you have the script. This script is what you need to read to your prospect, right? And it's going to be more or less elaborated. That depends on the person that created the script. Then here we have the email. Email is the email that you can to see the email, not to send the email. The same way that here is the script to see it. Well, here is the email to see it. Okay, but you're not gonna. You can copy this, etc. But you cannot send the email by that. But actually, you will need to click here to send the email. Here is the calendar. This is very important because that's here where you're gonna put the appointments. Okay, for the person, contact, the prospect that you have on the phone. Okay, and here you have the instructions. Again, these instructions are not appropriate, but only to this system in particular. But it still are, it explains certain things that are useful. So you have the instructions, and then you have here the list of do tasks or tasks do. And in this case, none. And here we'll have a list of all the tasks. In this case, none as well. But it will be possible that you have some that are due and some that is the total. All right. So, for example, let's say that you want to call this person eventually in some time, right? So it will be possible for you to add a new type. Even you can highlight this particular note. In other words, to make it. Well, I'm gonna click on it so you can see it, and I'm gonna add a new task, and this is gonna be call again. Maybe then you're gonna put a note to maybe the person told you to call, the due date. Let's put this date, and now the time. I'm gonna use lower time, so to speak. So it is it's gonna be due. Okay. And okay, so you see now we have a dot. The note was gonna be highlighted, but I didn't add any notes, which I can do in the notes or also in the tasks. So that means that now I can click the T and have this one because it's pending. Right, so we can see here, call again, the time and the priority. So we know absolutely everything. And then the list in this case will be the same. But, and this is in order to show the whole functionality, the full functionality, I'm going to create a new task, but in this case, I'm going to put it coach um, much later. All right, much later. It's still gonna be today, could be tomorrow, obviously. Could be any date, but in this case, I'm gonna put 6. All right, and then I'm gonna create the task. So now we have in the list we have 2, right? 6, but in the do ones, what it says do, yeah, because it's for today, and we are in a different time zone here. But anyway, otherwise it would be only the do ones will be the ones that are due at the moment. Okay, in this case I'm showing the 2, but my purpose was to show just 1. I changed the date of the task in order to show actually the functionality. Okay, so this one is only one do, and this one are the whole list. So clicking the L is the whole list, clicking the T will be the do ones, and clicking the all obviously shows everything. So that's pretty much the whole functionality, and it's very easy to use, as you can see, and all these things work pretty fast, and is very convenient. Then whatever data you modify is going to be updated into the main database, and that's how the corporate can see what you did and the results, essentially. So thank you.